Fortunately for us, we get to live with a governor who's got a little bit of sense and who'll stand up for things. And I thought it was so funny because, Governor DeSantis had a press conference because Biden's been criticizing him, and at one point, I think this particular comment that we're going to play for you was brought up to Biden, and he goes, "Governor who?" And that's his retort, like he doesn't know Governor DeSantis' name. Like that's not front on his radar as probably the most formidable Republican other than Donald Trump in the whole country in terms of politicians. Oh, Governor who? And I love the way DeSantis came back and says, yeah, he may have forgotten my name, and what else has he forgotten? But let's hear the comment that led to that. And this is Governor DeSantis talking about telling Joe Biden, I'm going to stand in your way. You want to mask up kids and families? You want to lock us down? You want to put us under some kind of lockdown or destroy people's businesses? Well, guess what? I'm standing in your way. And then hold out for the very end of this quote because you'll love the comeback here that DeSantis gives President Biden related to the border.
If you're trying to deny kids a proper in-person education, I'm going to stand in your way, and I'm going to stand up for the kids in Florida. If you're trying to restrict people, impose mandates, if you're trying to ruin their jobs and their livelihoods and their small business, if you are trying to lock people down, I am standing in your way, and I'm standing for the people of Florida. So why don't you do your job? Why don't you get this border secure? And until you do that, I don't want to hear a blip about COVID from you. Thank you.
I love it. At least DeSantis is a fighter, right? And think about what he's pointing out, because this is so important. I hope you get this. We've had more than 1 million people enter the U.S. illegally in the first 6 months of this year. More than 1 million people. That's double the population of the state of Wyoming. It's bigger than the state of Delaware. It's about the size of the states of Montana and the state of Rhode Island, so it's about the same population size. That's the number of illegal aliens that we had come into the country this year in the first 6 months. Now, here's the statistic, because, by the way, they're taking these people and moving them all around the country. Remember the catch and release, where they catch them on the border and then they just release them into our country.
And not testing them.
That's what we're getting to, Pat George. This is NBC News is reporting this, okay? This is NBC. I'm betting this number's a little bit low. The statistic is a little bit low. NBC News is reporting that according to Border Patrol documents, more than 18% of migrant families and about 20% of unaccompanied minors who've crossed into the U.S. in the past 2 to 3 weeks, have tested positive for COVID on leaving a Border Patrol station. Now, if we just multiply that out by the number that came in, let's say it's only been 1 million. I bet you that number's low, too. That means 200,000 people, approximately, have illegally come into this country with COVID, and they've just distributed them throughout the country. Meanwhile, those of us that are citizens that are already here, it's our country. They're telling us we can't have our businesses, we can't go to school, we can't go out without a mask, we can't go anywhere without being vaccinated. Everything's on us, but bring all the illegals in. Bring them all in with the COVID, please. Thank you for listening to the Morgan Streetman Show. We hope you enjoyed what you heard, and if you did, please click like and subscribe to help us out. And remember that we recommend that you exercise your brain at least once a week.